What's up, Attack Squad? It's your boy SatAttack. When y'all see the title, man, this man is evil. With the thumbnail of Vince McMahon with a weird ass mustache. So we're gonna take that road to 2K. Yeah, man. Like I heard of the allegation or whatever, the lawsuit or whatever about him, Brock Lesnar. I don't know who else. I've heard of it, but I haven't really paid attention to it. So we're gonna check this out. This dropped like a month ago, so it's just probably like just the details of the beginning of the thing. But I still want to understand what the fuck happened.
Wrestling enthusiast. I absolutely love it more than Garfield loves lasagna. So much so that we actually have our own wrestling league, the Moist Wrestling League, and we even dropped our most recent episode a few days ago. This isn't meant to be a plug for it or anything. This is actually a really serious topic. The reason I mention that is because I'm just showcasing my passion for this craft. And for the longest time now, many decades, there has been this stain in the wrestling industry with a boogeyman that sits atop the food chain. His name is Vince McMahon. He is a cockroach that no amount of pest control can seem to get rid of. I'm confident, even if you don't follow wrestling closely, you know Vince McMahon. He is extraordinarily wealthy, and he has infested tons of other things, even outside of just the wrestling industry. And this man is downright evil. He has a laundry list of deplorable, disgusting, heinous acts that would make the devil flinch. I've talked about him at length quite a bit on streams and even in a couple of videos in the past. So I'm not going to be focusing on his sins from the past here. I highly encourage all of you to just Google his name. It's not hard to find any of this information. It's all just right there out in the open, right there at your fingertips. It is horrible stuff. I'm not talking about just like some drama where he was mean behind the scenes, which of course he was. I'm talking about covering up crimes, sexual misconduct. The list goes on and on and on, seemingly no end. And that's just what we know. There's probably still tons and tons of skeletons in that fucking closet. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about Vince McMahon again today is he is now at the center of another massive lawsuit here that has actually forced his hand and had him resign from his position at the WWE/UFC. They recently merged the multi-billion-dollar deal, and Vince McMahon, in light of all of this, has stepped down. The information comes from someone named Janelle Grant, who worked at the WWE's headquarters and is accusing the company's founder, Vince McMahon, of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and physical abuse in the lawsuit that was filed.
I only knew about the part where he told her to send a video of her peeing or whatever, I think, to Brock Lesnar, is the assumed person. I don't know.
On Thursday.
I think that
according to the lawsuit, Grant alleged that McMahon promised a job and later promotions at WWE in exchange for sex, and the lawsuit also includes allegations that McMahon trafficked her to other men inside and outside of the company. And there is a couple of names that get dropped that are some very
John Lord Knight, that weird ass voice ass dude. Oh my god. Hell nah. Traffic. Oh hell, I'm not having
big alarming names, obviously. Now, even if you're not part of the wrestling community, I bet you've heard some buzz about this lawsuit because some text messages allegedly leaked from it, as well as some of the claims in the lawsuit are extraordinarily disturbing. Like, it is some depraved shit. And I mean shit, literally. One of the big parts of this lawsuit that was popping off on Twitter, like general Twitter, was this section where Miss Grant is talking about a threesome that McMahon put her in. And she says, early in the encounter, McMahon immediately directed Miss Grant to lay down on her back in a supplicating position. While straddling over her, McMahon defecated on Miss Grant's head. McMahon left to shower off, but he instructed Miss Grant to remain in place with excrement in her hair and to continue performing for his friend. While Miss Grant requested protection, none was offered. McMahon and physical therapist actively continued with the threesome and directed Miss Grant's sexual performance for around an hour and a half while she was left covered in feces.
Bro, what the fuck? Bro, I'm glad I clicked on the video so I know more detail. I thought the loss, I didn't really pay attention to. I thought the worst part was him telling, like I said, what I know is sending a video of her peeing or something like that, whatever. Bro, oh, see, I know it was this serious. I knew the lawsuit from a minute ago, like it started a minute ago, but wow.
Absolutely sickening and sadly not surprising behavior from Vince McMahon. I believe this is only the tip of the iceberg. I think this is the first domino to fall.
Yeah, if you're gonna do all that shit to her, I promise you, she's not the only one, bro. It might have a Deshaun Watson type of effect. More people might start coming out.
Going to be a lot more information that comes out about some of the degeneracy, some of the crimes and awful shit that was going on behind the scenes under Vince McMahon here.
There's no way in hell in his whatever how many years he's been in WWE that she's the only one that he's done that to. Let's be real. She is not the only one he's done that to.
People caught off guard by this, surprised to learn that Vince McMahon is a bad guy. They were wondering how this stayed buried or how any of the sexual misconduct allegations didn't surface sooner. Like, how was it all kept a secret? I had to do a bit of a double take when I saw that. I got fucking stun-locked for a second. Now, of course, it's no one's fault. I don't blame anyone for not knowing about Vince McMahon's past. Like, if you're not an active wrestling fan, there's a really good chance you just didn't know any of this about him.
I didn't.
But the only secret here is that there was no secret.
I watched WWE, but I didn't really care about Vince McMahon type shit. Like, I watched it until like 2017, so I wasn't really paying attention to Vince.
Everyone knew about Vince McMahon's
Vince would stop like coming
sexual degeneracy. Vince McMahon's sexual degeneracy is about as much of a secret as smoking cigarettes being bad for your health. This fucking ghoul paid nearly $15 million in hush money to quiet 4 women who were bringing up claims of sexual misconduct against him.
She wasn't the only one, but I remember his own daughter, Stephanie McMahon, talking about he made a storyline where she was having incest with Shane McMahon, like, or something like that. I was like, bro, this dude is crazy, dog.
That had occurred over a period of 16 years. And that's actually why he previously stepped down. Now, of course, he stepped back up into a prominent position with the company after the merger with the UFC. And now he is stepping down again, once again, from sexual misconduct claims. So it's just never really been a secret that this decaying
and you could tell the way that WWE was early on
of a man
with all the females doing like bikini matches and shit like that. You knew. Hey, it was serious.
Piece of shit. It's just more people are opening their eyes to Vince McMahon being this.
Because they would show that shit on camera.
Thanks to Janelle Grant's lawsuit, really making waves and highlighting a lot of previously unknown things like the sex trafficking and some of the other names that were included here to show how deep this rabbit hole goes and how awful all of it was. Now, sexual misconduct is something Vince McMahon calls home, so this isn't his first rodeo, and he tried to cover his own ass. Not literally, because he shit on someone's head, but legally tried to cover himself by trying to pressure Grant into signing a non-disclosure agreement in exchange for payments over several years totaling $3 million.
Bro, you don't have to pay a lot more for what the fuck you did to her.
After their relationship and employment ended. So he was trying to silence
probably close to $1 billion, and you only gonna give it $3 million for that shit that you did? Bro, she deserves at least 70%.
To make sure she wouldn't, blow the lid off of this.
She did a lot of that, bro. Everything that she went through for, like, bro.
Lawyer, I'm no expert,
that she spoke
but I don't think a
non-disclosure. She's not the only one, like I said.
Agreement protects you in the case of crimes. Like, I don't think if you're sex trafficking someone, you can have all of your victims sign an NDA and then they can't speak about it, you're safe. And if they do speak about it, they're the ones in trouble. I just can't imagine a world where if Grant signs that non-disclosure agreement and then goes forward with bringing this information to light, that she would face punishment for it. Like, I can't even picture that kind of lunacy. Like, listen, ma'am, we're really sorry about that sex trafficking thing. That's bad stuff. But you violated your NDA. And breaking an NDA is so much worse. You're going to prison. You're going to the slammer for that. You don't violate the contract. It's sacred. It's binding. Like, I just don't think an NDA protects you in the case of a crime being committed. Again, I'm not an expert, though. The only NDAs I've ever signed were to play a video game early, not poop on someone's skull, among other horrible acts, allegedly.
I thought it was the shit that came out your wee-wee. Like, what the fuck?
It's fucking scary stuff, what was going on behind the scenes at the WWE with Vince McMahon. The parent company has issued a bit of a statement here. The parent company is TKO Group Holdings, and they said that McMahon doesn't control TKO or oversee day-to-day operations at the WWE, and that while this matter predates our TKO executive team's tenure at the company, we take Ms. Grant's horrific allegations very seriously and are addressing this matter internally.
You couldn't fucking poop on the ground or fucking bed if you needed to really go.
Also made a statement and said that the lawsuit was replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred, and a vindictive distortion of the truth. He will vigorously defend himself. I wish he would vigorously try and dive into a wrestling ring and tear both of his quads again. This is an evil man.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a classic anymore, bro. The fucking pain you gotta do to break both your, wait, what was it? Tear both of the what?
A wrestling ring and tear both of his quads again.
What the
This is an evil man,
dumb?
and he has been evil for the entire time he has been with the company. And more and more people are starting to see this now. He is a fucking stain in the industry. I know there is still a lot of Vince McMahon fans because they separate art from the artist. He plays a character in the WWE, the commissioner, and he has been kind of iconic in the scene. I get that. Like, there is a lot of great WWE moments that, unfortunately, Vince McMahon is there for and was a big part of. Like, he played the role well. But as a person, he is terrible and a horrible person to have at the position of power that he does in the industry. He shouldn't be in the industry. He shouldn't even be outside of a fucking jail cell for the things he's done. Like, I can't separate art from the artist when it comes to something like this. I just can't do it. I know there are people that are, and I'm not like mad at you for it or anything, but I can't. He is just absolute trash, scum, the lowest of the low. And I will, of course, be keeping my eyes on this lawsuit as everything continues to develop here. I just wanted to give you like the very bare bones of it, like the basics. There is so much to it. I urge anyone out there that's curious to take a look, but just
clicked on your page.
Fair warning.
Fucking Wi-Fi is slow as shit. Did you make an updated video? Damn, boy, be grinding. 6 hours, 13 hours, 1 day, 2 days. Damn, what did you be talking about? I barely be with Death Motel will ruin your day. Well, that's a game. Creepy guy out there. Who the fuck is that? RP to my Rhino. Rest in peace, Rhino. Oh, it looks like he didn't make another video. Wedding weirdo. Click that subscribe button. Road to 2K. Help brother out with one stupid. We're going dummy. I don't see no more Vince McMahon. The streamer that's saying damn. You gonna do alien like that for real? You're not even gonna put that boy's name in their title? Alright, I guess that's it. That's gonna do it for that video. Road 2K. Help brother. We're still going dummy. So shit lagging. Nope, we good. Alright, we out.